Afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us today. My name is Wissam Kairouz, and I'm the Deputy CEO of Citizenship Invest. On behalf of our team, I welcome you to this exclusive webinar for Greece Golden Visa and the real estate market trends in Greece recently. A quick overview about the company. Citizenship Invest is a specialized firm in citizenship and residency by investment. For more than 2 decades, we have helped and serviced high net worth individuals, people to attain and obtain a second citizenship and residency by investment. As many of you know, Greece currently is one of the most accessible and attractive residency by investment program within the European Union jurisdiction, especially after keeping the 250,000 real estate investment. Now, today's session will cover practically the Golden Visa program and the real estate market trends. We will be having on the panel Silvia, who is the head of our European Union-based programs. We have Frossini, our Greek and legal expert lawyer in Greece. And of course, we have Sofia from Oikos Development, who is our partner. The Q&A would be at the end of the presentation, or you can drop your questions within the Q&A box. If there's any question that we need to attend directly, we'll attend it. Otherwise, we'll keep the Q&A for the last. And this session will be recorded. I'll give the mic to Silvia.
Thank you, Wissam. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Citizenship Invest webinar on the Greek Residency by Investment Programme. I'm Silvia, and I'm delighted to be here with our lawyer, Frossini, and director from Oikos Developers, Sofia. Together, we intend to provide you with the information to get you prepared for the Greek Residency Programme. So, invest in your future, the Greek Golden Visa. Who we are. Citizenship Invest is a leading advisory firm specialising in investor programmes for residency and citizenship and is accredited by different governments. Over the past 15 years, Citizenship Invest has successfully processed residency, citizenship and passports for thousands of investors from over 85 different countries worldwide. The company is a subsidiary of BLS International, a preferred partner for embassies and governments across the globe. The Greek Golden Visa. This is residency by investment. Launched in 2013, the Greek Golden Visa programme offers non-EU investors and their families the opportunity to obtain a 5-year renewable residency permit through real estate investment. This programme grants the right to reside in Greece. The investment is from €250,000. There's no visit or relocation required. Family reunification. Visa-free travel across EU and Schengen Zone. There's no language test, and there's the potential for EU citizenship after 7 years. Programme overview. Processing time is between 3 to 6 months. The investment type is in real estate property purchase. The investment cost from €250,000. Family dependents, spouse, children below 21 years of age, parents and parents-in-law. The law that's applicable is on the 18th of April 2013, Greece introduced Law 4146/2013, giving non-EU citizens and their family members the right to obtain residency permits by investing in real estate in Greece. Why Greece? It's a growing economy and foreign investor incentives. So Greece's GDP is projected to grow 2.5% in 2025. This is supported by foreign direct investment and tourism. It's a low entry point for EU residency, one of the lowest thresholds in Europe for residency through property acquisition of minimum €250,000. There's low annual property tax compared to Western Europe and capital gains tax exemptions on property sales under certain conditions. Non-residents are not subject to income tax in Greece, except for rental income generated from the property in Greece. There's a strong market growth and robust tourism industry. Capital appreciation in key cities and islands with continued growth driven by tourism, tech sector and urban redevelopment. The Bank of Greece Q4 data shows average apartment price increases of 8.7% year on year in 2024 in the country. In Athens alone, property prices rose by 13.8% year-on-year in Q1 2024, while Greek islands also saw strong appreciation in early 2025, with growth ranging from 3% to 25%, led by premium destinations such as Mykonos and Santorini. There's a high demand for residential apartment rentals, and they welcomed over 33 million tourists in 2023, making it a hotspot for rental income. And it continues to rank as one of Europe's most visited countries. Why Greece? The high quality of life. Ranked among the top 10 safest countries in Europe. Mediterranean lifestyle, affordable cost of living, stunning natural beauty, and UNESCO heritage sites. Access to EU education and healthcare system, and it's ranked the 14th most excellent healthcare by the WHO. Ideal for families seeking long-term quality of life benefits. There's potential EU citizenship. After 7 years of residency, investors may become eligible to apply for Greek citizenship, gaining full EU rights, including work and study access across the EU. Now, the timeline and process. You will initially sign a retainer agreement with Citizenship Invest, and we will guide you through your property selection. I will then pass you on to our lawyer, Frossini, who is our lawyer in Greece, and will explain to you the process for the purchase and the residency application. Frossini, please let me pass over to you.
Hello to all. My name is Frossini Koutsopoulou, and for the last 10 years, I have been working on golden visa cases, so I have a huge experience on this project. So when an investor or when a client has finalized his agreement with the developer, I can step in and provide the legal services which are necessary for obtaining a golden visa. I will do the due diligence on the property to make sure that the property is clear and is appropriate for golden visa. And then based on the power of attorney, I can issue a tax number for the client, monitor the whole process until we sign the transfer contract and apply for golden visa. So first of all, I will need a power of attorney, which can be signed in the country where the client lives, and I can receive only a copy of the power of attorney, which will be apostilled or legalized before the Greek consulate. And based on it, I can issue the tax number within a few days and proceed with the contract as long as the client has already paid the price to the developer. So after paying also the tax transfer, which is necessary before buying the property, I can represent the client before the notary, sign the contract, and then take all necessary steps until I submit the application for residence permit. So I will file the application for the registration of the contract at the land registry and pay all expenses, such as land registry fees, state fees, insurance fees, and then submit the application. After we submit the application, within 2 or 3 working days maximum, we will receive from the immigration office the certifications, the white papers, based on them, on which the client can enter in Greece and give biometrics. They can choose the date they can come for biometrics. They shall do it within 12 months since the day we apply for golden visa. And after giving biometrics, within 3 or 4 months maximum, we will receive from the immigration office the cards. So with the cards, the clients can travel in Schengen and not only in Greece. Also, if the client wants to open a bank account in Greece, it's not necessary for obtaining golden visa, it's up to the client, I can help the client open a bank account even without his physical appearance in Greece, just based on the power of attorney. And the only documents I will need is the passports, a scanned full copy of passports, all pages, and the family documents, apostilled or properly legalized before the Greek consulate, which will prove the family relationship between the buyer, which is the main applicant, and the family member who will apply with the buyer.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Frossini, for that.
Welcome.
So how can we help? We have a complimentary consultation, tailored expert assessment to advise you on the best citizenship and residency options, private and confidential, complete confidentiality in all consultations, communications and documentation. We have legal support, expert legal support on the complexities of international law to ensure compliance with local and global regulations, and a bespoke service. So with that, I will now happily pass you over to Sofia, who is from Oikos Developers in Greece, one of the largest developers, one of our partners. Sofia, over to you.
Thank you, Silvia. Let me share my presentation. Thank you so much for the invitation today. I'm really excited about the webinar. I will share with you the latest news in the Greek real estate market. And also, I will share with you our newest project. It's actually the first public release of our new project in Paleo Faliro. And it's only 300 meters from the sea. It's a very nice project in one of the best areas in Athens. And we have only 20 units available. So I will let you know more details after, in the end of the presentation. So, okay. I'm Sofia Erotokritou. I'm one of the directors of Oikos Property Developments, the leading developer in Greek real estate market with over 15 years of experience. Myself, I have been studying and living in China for 7 years. So our company, we have been dealing with international clients from the beginning of Golden Visa law. That gives us, so we can understand what the international investors needs, not only for the properties, but also for a smoother and transparent procedure on their investments. And together with my sister, at 2021, the Ministry of Tourism have named us as the ambassadors of Greek tourism. So why to choose Oikos for your Golden Visa purchase for the property? Because now in the market there are a lot of developers. Why to choose us? First of all, we are a local company with many years of experience in the local market. And when we choose a property, we always choose the best locations. It's like where ourselves would invest. We always choose prime locations near to shopping centers, near to metro stations, easy to rent apartments in one of the most prime locations in Athens. Secondly, we deliver high quality constructions because most of the clients, they don't live in Greece. They want to rent out. So our constructions are strong and long and last in years. We have, in the recent years, we have delivered over 30 developments. And except from the construction, we have entered also the hospitality industry with 5 hotels, 1 hotel in Chalkidiki and 4 hotels in Athens. And we cooperate with international brands like Best Western and Wyndham. And last but not least, that I think is one of our top advantages, is our after-sales service. We care for the client even after the sales is completed. We have a specialized team that focus on the property management. Of course, our projects comes with a 3 years, 4% rental guarantee. But even after the rental guarantee finishes, we continue managing the property of our clients, so they don't need to worry about anything while they are living abroad. I will explain now about the current immigration law. Actually, the immigration law in Greece changed twice in the recent years. We see now the pressure of the European Union that gives to the South European countries, including Greece. But Greece, we haven't closed the program yet. We are trying to adopt and help also the local real estate market. So there are 3 thresholds for the new Golden Visa law. 800,000 euros are for residential projects that are located in central parts like Attica, Athens, Thessaloniki, Mykonos, Santorini, and the islands with population over 3,100 inhabitants. The rest of Greece is, the threshold is 400,000 euros, but still we have the option of 250,000 euros. There is no restriction on the areas, but there is a restriction on what kind of building you will purchase. There are two kinds of buildings: the commercial chains residential buildings and the listed buildings, the historical listed buildings. So we still have the option of 250,000 euros. And that is where our company is focusing on. We have a lot of 250,000 euros options in different areas. I will show you later. So let's see about, briefly, about the Greek real estate market, and then we will see about the areas in Athens. So we have prices for new apartments have been gone above the level of 2008, where we had the economic crisis, and that shows a fully recovered market. Also, home prices across the country kept rising with a slower rhythm, but it shows a very stable market. We see a 6.8%. I would like also to mention the rental inflation of 10.4%. We see here that the rents prices have been increased a lot the recent years. Mostly the reason why is because there are not enough houses available to meet the demand of the market. Also, a very important strong point is that the investor confidence. So the investors expect home prices at the point of 8.7% in the next year, and that is the highest forecast in the entire Eurozone. So it shows this, the support of the international market in the Greek real estate market. We see here the blue chart is the prices of Greece. So we have fallen of prices in 2008, but have seen strongly recover after the 2018. And we see here the orange chart is the rental prices have rising very fast, especially the last 2 years, 2024 and 2025. So here are some numbers that I have researched yesterday, so they are very new. Here we compare the second quarter of 2025 with last year, and is the evolution of prices within 1 year. So we see city center, it's has increased at 13.2%. Of course, south of Athens has increased at around 8%. South of Athens have always been increased because it's one of the top areas for investment. And it's very interesting to see that West Athens has also a big increase. The reason why, personally, I think is because a lot of local people, they are buying houses in the west of Athens because it's more close to their budgets. So we have a lot of local and young people buying in West Athens. Most of our investors, foreign investors, they prefer to invest in center and south. And here are the charts within the years, the changes, annual changes for the city center and for the south suburbs. We see that the south suburbs, the changes are more stable. So we see it's a very good market to invest.
Sofia, a quick question here, just to pinpoint it to the audience. Within those areas, where are your projects currently located?
A very good question. So we have actually 6 projects now on the market. 2 projects are located in the city center. Okay. We have 1 project located in the south of Athens, in Paleophalliro. We have 1 project located in Kifisia, in Lycovrisi, near Kifisia, the Kifisia Streets. We have also 1 project located in the west of Athens. It's called Curve Project. East we don't have, and Piraeus we don't have. So actually, we can cover all these 4 areas at the beginning. We focus mostly in center and south, actually, because we believe in these 2 markets.
Brilliant.
But we have options also in other areas.
Perfect. So you are focusing on the top performing areas in Athens currently.
Yes, because it's where we would have invest. Actually,
Yeah.
we some personal investors, myself, also my family. We always choose south or specific, like good areas in the city center.
South areas are like Glyfada or
Yes, actually, the Athenian Riviera, as we call it, is starts from Paleo and ends up to Vouliagmeni. So we have Glyfada, Alimos, Palero, and Vouliagmeni, Elliniko also, the Elliniko area.
Brilliant.
So that you can see here the rent pricing evolution. Of course, city center is coming first. Actually, I believe that city center, because during the 2008 economic crisis, the prices have been gone very low. So it had this room to increase the prices. South of Athens is 3.9%. Actually, south of Athens, it has the most expensive rents in the whole of Athens, and also most expensive prices per square meters as well. And okay,
just one note on the south of Athens. Even though they call it the Riviera of Athens, it's not a seasonal market. It's a market. It's a 12-month market. People live there, not just on vacation basis. They live there practically the whole year. So it's a good market, good performing market. It's a steady market, and it's not just a market for vacations. Even though it's on the beach, it's a 12-month market.
No, it's a very high-end residential area, actually. We have options of villas, sea view apartments, so it's like a very nice residential area. That's why the prices there are very high. And if you go now and take your car and drive through the south of Athens in Athens Riviera, you will see new developments, new constructions. So it's a very it's a booming area for constructions. So yes, here I also explain why to invest in Athens. We have a strong foreign investments in the Greek real estate market that reaches almost 6 billion in 2024, and over 3 billion are directly in the residential and commercial properties. Of course, we see this is a very interesting number. We see an increase of 35% in the prices from 2018 to 2023. And okay, the yield in the market is from 3 to 5%, according to what kind of investment you will do. With the new law now, we can only do long-term leasing investments. So the ROI is around 3 to 4%.
A question here, and I believe most of our audience would be wanted to know this question. So if somebody leased the apartment to a leasing company or to an asset management company on a long-term basis, does the asset management company, are they available to lease it on shorter-term basis?
No, it's not allowed, because the government will take the ID of the house. If you want to do, for example, Airbnb, you need to issue a tax ID of the house and then list it to these platforms. So they can check that this has been running as a short-term leasing and is not allowed, even the investor itself or the other company that is doing the management.
All right. Just wanted to clarify that point, because this question has been asked to me multiple times. So I wanted the audience to, to have it.
Yes, so you are not allowed. We are only allowed to do long-term leasing. So for me, the best areas for investment is South Athens, because we have a stable increase in the prices and very stable increase in the rents as well. We have very high value of investment, because there are all new developments happening in the south. We have huge infrastructure, public and private one. As you see here in the picture, is the new project that is a new development with the biggest shopping malls, parks, casinos in Athens, and actually maybe in South Europe. And it's also the biggest urban development in Europe. So this, after the construction finish, will give a boost in the real estate market and prices in the south of Athens. This development is actually only 10 minutes away from the Paleophalliro, our project. It will bring a new era to the real estate in Greece, and especially in south of Athens. So that's why we think that south of Athens has a very high value on the investment. Of course, city center is one of the good choices because it's our historical center, it's our city center. We have a lot of international companies also that they are having their offices there. We have investments for touristical hotels. So there have been a lot of investments also in the city center, mostly at the industry of tourism.
Yeah, I can easily say that the city center of Athens doesn't sleep at all. If you go down the city center at 1 or 3 a.m. in the morning, you would see people in coffee shops, in bars, active businesses, which makes it always a good area to invest in. On a personal level, you see people living there. On business level, it's totally active. And touristic, Greece doesn't need advertising. Athens, it's one of the most historical and visited cities in the world.
Exactly. And the city center is, all the tourists, they go there because of the Parthenon, the monuments we have, a lot of hotels are there. So yes, center is also, but you need to be careful, center, we need to choose the best areas of the city center.
No, of course, definitely. And this is why we are here. So as a company, just to clarify, sorry, Sofia, to interrupt. As a company, we don't have exclusivity in one area, one project, or one developer even though Oikos is one of our partners that we always deal with because they are very credible as developers. But we deal with any development in Greece. We do our own due diligence on the development, the location, the area, the amenities around the development, and we base our advice on that, just to clarify that point.
Okay, now so I want to go through in more details about the 250 commercial changed residential program, the new Golden Visa law. So why it's, I want to explain the advantages of this 250 Golden Visa law. So first of all, and the most important, is the low entry points. You don't need to spend 800,000 because in the same area, if you want to purchase a residential unit, you need to spend 800,000. But with the 250 change of use buildings, you only need to spend 250,000 euros. So it's a big, difference. You just spend the minimum amount, and there is no location limits. That's why our company, we always try to choose the best locations. For example, near to the historical center, or in the south of Athens, near to shopping centers, near to metro stations, so that we can easily rent out. The change of use properties are actually same as residential properties. We have full ownership, and they are freehold. So it goes from generation to generation. After the renovation we will do, and after the change of use in the papers, it will be treated as a standard residential building. There is no difference. Maybe it's even better because it's fully renovated. It's like a brand new apartment building. So it's treated exactly the same as a residential building. And we have proven success as a company because before this law comes to the market, we have already done a lot of change of use commercial to residential buildings. For example, our Park 3, it was a tax office in the north of Athens. We changed to very nice residential apartments that they are already rented out. And our Park 5, this was also a commercial building, and we changed to student accommodation. We have fast delivery because we don't start from the scratch. We have a an already existed, for example, office building. And we do reconstruction. We don't start from the scratch as a new development, so the delivery time is less. And has stable returns because as company, we provide the 3 years 4% rental guarantee, and also we can continue managing and the property after the rental guarantee finish.
Sofia, I want to comment on one thing as well regarding the renovation. Most of the renovated projects have governmental standards, so it's not just redecorating the building or making it look better. No, the government checks the infrastructure of the building and they have comments on the structural aspect of the building before the cosmetic aspect. So the renovation goes down from the bottom up until the outside. So just that is a very critical point because people think sometimes it's an renovated building, it's old, they're just making it look better. No, there are governmental standards on the structure of the building before going on the outside and how the building looks and the sizes of the apartments, etc.
Correct. That's why we need the government approval in order to do the contract. So we need to have the construction permits in order to make the contracts to the client, because the government will check, for example, not all the offices are eligible to turn as residential because of the areas, because of the high in the apartments. There are a lot of details that we need to take care, and they need to be at the standards of a residential building. After the government examines, and we will have the permit. So here are the on-sales projects we have. As you see, here is the city center. We have near the historical center 2 buildings that they are on sale. We have also Paleo Faliro, which is the seaside Riviera. We have in the West Athens, and of course in the north. So we start with one of the newest projects we have is the Knowledge Project. It's student accommodation project because it's just opposite Harokopio University, a public university. So the starting price is 250,000 euros. And we have special packages for this project. You can also contact Citizenship Invest for more details on prices and special offers we have. We give 3 years 4%. The apartment comes fully furnished with electrical appliances and furniture. And let's see the online map. So as you see here, the red spot is the project, and just opposite is the Harokopio University. We are just like once opposite the university. We all have already talked with the university for cooperation, and they are very excited. Our project is located in the most central shopping center of Califea. This is a street called Theseos. It's the shopping center of Califea. So in one step, you have everything. You have banks, restaurants, cafeterias, everything you need. We are one step away also from Acropolis Hill. Here is Acropolis. So we are very close to the historical center of Athens. This street is called Sigrou. And in this street, we have a lot of big international companies. And that's why this area, Califea, is one of the most high demand areas for rent. Because actually it's very close to everything. As you see, the location, is very close to the city center, very close to the south suburbs, very close to Piraeus. So the demand for rent is huge, and it's one of the biggest areas of Athens. Califea municipality will also do a reconstruction of this area. We will do new marinas and parks from this area, and it will be the starting point of a huge bicycle lane and a seaside street for like pedestrian street. So I think this is one of the project we have. It has the best location. It's also very close to the metro station, Tavros metro station. and it's very close to the Baki Square. In the Baki Square, we will have a new metro station. So there is a potential of a new metro station near the project. Okay.
For people who are putting their questions in the Q&A box, please stay tuned. We will attend to each and every question. We don't want to interrupt Sofia and the presentation. We will answer the questions. While we are discussing with Sofia, we might be answering partially your questions, but we will fully answer all questions at the end of the presentation.
So here is the building. This building before was a tax office. And as you see, it's actually a very nice residential area because the buildings nearby are all residential. And here is the campus, the university campus. Here also you can see the location of the building and the Acropolis. And in this picture also you can see the university and our building. This is the new development I mentioned before that is planned to finish at 2028, has already started, and will also give a boost on the prices of Califea. This is a short video.
Oikos introduces a premium student living space in the heart of Athens, where history, culture, and opportunity come together to create the ultimate student experience. A place where students from around the world unite. No Lodge is a place to study, to connect, a place to belong, a home away from home. A city rich in heritage, a lifestyle filled with inspiration, and now a space designed just for you. Nestled Califea, a lively neighborhood brimming with cafes, restaurants, and local shops, Knowledge offers more than accommodation. It offers a sense of community. Close to major universities and near many historical monuments in the city center, where you can stroll through centuries of history, enjoy live concerts, or experience world-class theater performances. With the Athenian Riviera only minutes away, the sea becomes part of your daily life, a place to unwind, take in the views, and escape the city's rhythm. A location that blends culture, leisure, and natural beauty. Days of learning, nights of adventure. More than accommodation, No Lodge is a home, a family, a haven in Athens. Live in the city that never stops inspiring.
Okay, so I will also explain 5 reasons why to invest in student accommodation in Athens. Actually, this year, like now, is one of the brightest times because the Greek parliament, they have voted in favor of private universities. Before, the private universities in Greece, they were not allowed to officially, run. They were not recognized as universities. They were named as college. So now a lot of private universities has entered Greece and Athens. For example, we have some from UK, from Cyprus. They have already started building their universities. So the need of student accommodation will get really higher and higher in the next years. We have some state-owned dorms. Actually, our public universities, they do not provide state-owned dorms. And the ones that they provide, they are in very, very bad situation and provide it to the families that they have bad, have economical issues, financial issues. So all the students that they come from other cities of Athens and from abroad, they need to serve their own apartment to rent. Another reason is the Brexit. Now a lot of European Union students, they don't choose UK to study because there is no any advantages on the tuitions. So they try to find other countries, and one of the countries they choose is Greece. We have the Airbnb effect. Most of the owners in Athens, a lot of owners in Athens, they do Airbnb because we are a touristic country, and they rent their houses per day. So it's very hard for the students to find long-term leasing apartments. And now we have a huge demand for long-term leasing apartments, and that is where we are going to give a solution. And of course, the increase of postgraduate students in Greece over the years. So we think that now it's an opportunity to invest in student accommodation. Of course, for 3 years, we give rental guarantee 4%. And after that, the client, you can choose however you want to manage the property or stay in. We have some common areas like gym, meeting rooms, cafeterias in the ground floor, rooftop also space. So it will be a very nice project. We have another project very close to Nolot. It's Easy Looks. Here we have bigger square meters with 2-bedroom options as well. It comes also with 3 years, 4%. And because this building we are planning to do to rent it to families, it's fully equipped with electrical appliances. We don't include furnitures because there is the Greek tenants, they prefer to bring their own furnitures. And the advantage of this project is here. Knowledge was somewhere here, so it's not very far actually. The advantage of this project is that it's very close, just 600 meters away from the metro station of Tavros and 600 meters away from the Tavros train station. So the transportation is very convenient and is also just next to a public school. So it's very convenient to rent out. It's very nice environment for living. And we are also very excited about this project. A few apartments left on this.
Welcome to Easy Lux by Oikos Property Developments. A fresh take on urban living in Tavros. Just a few minutes from the buzz of the city and the breeze of the sea, this modern complex features 29 stylish apartments between 35 and 55 square meters, made for those who appreciate clean design, smart spaces, and a more relaxed pace of life.
Okay, so our next project that I also really like, it's at the north of Athens. It's called Kifisia Suites. It's located at Likovrisi area, which is south of Kifisia area. Starting price is 250,000 euros. It's eligible for the new Golden Visa law, of course, as our previous projects as well. It comes with 3 years, 4% rental guarantee. The advantage of this project, except from the prime location that is located in a very high-end area in the north of Athens. Here is the location. Here is Athens. North of Athens is more residential area for families. It's very close to international schools. One of the best, St. Catherine British School, is only 1.4 kilometers away. And one of the best advantages is that all the units, we have big balconies, and we have a lot of options for 2-bedroom apartments. So we have big square meters, big balcony apartments. That is quite rare now to find in the commercial building, to have such big square meters for the balconies, and very nice floor plans. As you see, the area in the north of Athens,
a refined way of living, where elegance meets modern convenience.
It's more residential.
Oikos Property Developments presents Kifisia Suites, an exclusive residential project in Likovrisi, comprising 42 thoughtfully designed apartments, ranging from 35 to 60 square meters. Kifisia Suites offers contemporary comfort with timeless aesthetics, smart layouts, premium materials, and an ambience reflecting understated luxury make this development ideal for modern living. Likovrisi, a hidden gem in the northern suburbs, offers tranquility, accessibility, and investment potential.
Okay, so now the time for our new project release has come. It's the first time that we speak for this new project in public. It's called Riviera Suites Faliro. The picture you see here is actually how it looks like now. It was a hotel previously. It's also starting from 250,000 euros. We also provide rental guarantee for 3 years, 4%. And it's only 500 meters from the sea. I will show you the location now. Here is Paleo Faliro. Here is a building. We are just one step away from Marina Flisvos, which is one of the most, like the best marinas in Athens. We are very close to Flisvos Park. And we are also 500 meters away from a swimming area here. And from that side, we have sports center with tennis courts, football, basketball, and swimming pool. So it's one of the top areas we have now. Here is the project. And as you see, it's very close to marinas, very close to the city center. The advantage of Paleophalliro is that it's the first seaside area that is close to the center. So you are in 10 minutes in the city center. It's very convenient living in Paleophalliro. So the demand for rents are very high. And of course, the rents are higher than the other areas. Okay, so for this project and the other project, you can contact Citizenship Invest to send you more details and our special offers, of course. And I would like to also mention about our specifications for the projects we deliver. We have specific materials that we use. Everything is standard. The colors we use, the materials we use are very strong and they last in years. And here we can also provide you these materials. And I would like also to mention our after-sale service, because most of the investors that they choose to buy property in Greece and get the golden visa, they don't live in Greece. So they need a very professional after-sales team to take care of the investment and the property and make the most of it. We have established a team for the after sales that we, of course, do everything for the client. We do the communication with the tenant, and everything is online because we have a link that we share the contracts and everything with the client, the leasing agreements. Everything is very transparent and very clear. Also, because we really care about the after sales, we have established our loyalty card that gives to our clients some benefits. For example, free access to the lounge of the airport in Athens. We have also 20% discount to our hotels. And also we give some discount in shops like furniture shops, some restaurants, some yacht companies. So for us, the work starts also after the completion of the sales is done. We think that the client is also our family. And that is my presentation for today. Thank you so much and welcome everyone to Greece.
Thank you, Sofia. I believe we have seen with Sofia the potential of the real estate market in Greece, the distribution of the areas, the growth, and why are we still looking at Greece as one of the best selling markets for residency and for real estate. Now we're going to go and start with the questions and answering the questions. We have a handful of questions that have been already asked. So we will start with Benson Jackson's question. The real estate option, is it physical property the one will own or just shares? So I believe these questions have been already answered. No, you will own a property that is a freehold, that is not a leasehold where you can pass it to the next generations, and you can hold on to your property as long as you want. The other question, is it mandatory in Greece to transfer property money directly through his personal account? Now, as we know, in the standard of European Union, it is preferred to transfer directly from the client's account. Now, Silvia and Frossini can answer better this specific question, but my comment is if you have a direct relative, like a brother or a father or a spouse, they can transfer on your behalf. Now, the question here for Frossini and Silvia, can they transfer it through a company account where they are shareholders? Like what are our limitations in transferring money to Greece?
Yes, okay. They can transfer the funds, the price can be transferred only by the buyer or spouse, parents, children, parents-in-law, and also grandfather and grandmother and siblings. Okay, So this
Immediate family.
by law, these family members, spouse, children, parents, parents-in-law, grandmother, grandfather, they all can send the funds and pay the price for golden visa. And this is totally safe. This is provided by legal provisions, and so they will obtain golden visa, even if the main applicant, the buyer, even if he doesn't send €1, all the family members pay, it will be okay. Also, they can share. Maybe some of part of the price can be paid by the main applicant, and part from the price can be paid from spouse or the family members I mentioned before. But the price cannot be paid by a bank account owned by a company. No way. This is not an option.
Okay, brilliant. Thank you. Muhammad Omar has a question. So can we rent short term, but only if we pay the taxes? I believe the answer was clear from Sofia, and I believe Frossini and Silvia can say, no, in Greece, we cannot rent short term. We have to rent on annual basis.
Yes.
So there's another question from an anonymous attendee. How much time will it take for residency cards issuance, unlike Portugal, where biometric appointments took 2 years? Now, I'm going to start with that answer, and I believe the team will be answering more details. In Portugal, it's another matter. The processing of the golden visa in Portugal was taking a lot of time, and because of the backlog, and after that, there are some delays in issuing the residency cards. In Greece, the process of golden visa is very fast, is pretty fast. So to get the white paper or the golden visa approval, it's pretty fast. Now, depending on where did we do the biometrics and the load on that specific governmental office or facility. Frossini can give us, and Silvia as well, can give us more insights on the areas. Of course, Athens is at the highest demand, so the biggest backlog may be in Athens, but Frossini might give us some insights on that as well.
So we do have another office that we use as a company that we have very good relationships with. Unfortunately, in Athens, if you submit your biometrics, we are finding it's about 1.5 years to receive the residency cards. But we have an office that we work very closely with, another biometric office, and they are processing the cards within about 3 to 4 months. So we're very happy with that.
Yes, we are.
Yes, I confirm.
Anything you wanted to add, the Frossini, or we have covered that?
Yeah, I confirm that we cooperate with this immigration office. So we submit the application before this immigration office. And according to my experience for the last at least 3 years, all my clients, they have received actually their cards within 3 months maximum. So it's much better than Athens. Of course, the clients, they can choose. Some of them, maybe they don't want to travel to other immigration office or to Ireland, and they don't have a problem waiting. So it's a matter of choice of the client.
Brilliant. Thank you. Thank you, Silvia and Frossini. George Constantouris has a question regarding the quality of the refurbishment. So are the conversions of the commercial properties meeting the anti-earthquake rules of new buildings?
Sure.
Sofia, you want to answer that question? So he is asking if the government standards, are they imposing a certain renovation standard to count for the earthquakes, so anti-earthquakes and anti-seismic, for semis, yeah.
We always check the buildings with the engineer, the government engineer, and our engineer, and if it's necessary to do some additional stabilization on the building, we always do, yes, and we really also care about that. I don't think there is a governmental requirement for the change of use, but we do it to all of our buildings. So it's a necessary procedure as developers.
Brilliant. And as a company, with any developer that we're dealing with, we make sure that it is one of the procedures that they look at, because we know that Athens is on the line of earthquakes, and we do our own due diligence, as we said, and we make sure that all the developers that we deal with do the same as Oikos. Another question: what taxes are charged on rental income? Are you allowed to take rental income from Greece to another country? So they are asking if we are allowed to get the rental income outside of Greece. What are the costs associated with this, if any? Silvia?
So there are a number of taxes charged on the rental income in bands, and Frossini can give us the bands on those in a better format. But then they are allowed to take the rental income outside of Greece. So they can either have a bank account opened in Greece, as Frossini mentioned earlier, and the developer can pay the rental agreement, if it's a rental guarantee, directly into that Greek bank account, or they can have the rents paid directly into an international bank account of theirs.
Yes, exactly. So it's not necessary for them to receive the rent in Greece. They can receive the rent in which country they choose. So about the rent, about the tax, it depends on the amount. So up to 12,000 per year, the tax is 15% on the rent. And there's some scales up to 35 per year. The tax, I think, is 30%. And up to this point, then it's at 35%.
Brilliant. So I usually prefer, and I also advise my clients, to set up a bank account in Greece. It's clearer for the taxation whenever you are receiving your income from that specific property to your bank account. It's easier whenever you are paying the taxes. Now, it's not mandatory like other countries like Portugal, but it is an option that people should consider when they are applying for Golden Visa. So Dr. Titi was asking to kindly explain the tax implication and detailed the 800K investment that I believe the lady mentioned, meaning Sofia. I don't know if I understood right, Dr. Titi, your question. So you are asking to explain more the implication of tax when you are buying a property of 800K. Sofia, you want to explain, or Frossini, you want to explain that, please?
It's just the transfer tax, which is only paid once. So when they buy the property, they will pay the transfer tax, which is 3.09% on the property price. But they will not have to pay it every year. It's just when they buy the property. And it's always the same rate, 3.09% on the property price, and nothing else. Maybe there is an annual tax, which is a small amount. It's not more than 500 per year, which is called ENFIA, and everybody who has ownership of a building, a house, a flat, whatever in Greece, we all pay this small amount. But the big amount is only the transfer tax, which is only paid once, just before we sign the transfer contract.
So, Frossini, the ENFIA as a percentage on the property value?
It is estimated by the tax office, so it's not a fixed amount. But, for example, if for a property price which is 250, they usually pay 300 per year maximum. So I think, Sofia, you agree?
Yes, correct.
Brilliant.
And, also, I would like to mention that in the recent years, we don't have VAT on the properties. The government has cancelled the VAT. Before we have 24% for the new buildings, I think 6% for the old ones. But now the government has cancelled the VAT. We don't know if they will recover in the future. But for now, we don't have VAT for the property purchase.
Which is a great opportunity right now to purchase a property and save 6 to 24% additionally on the value of the property. And as Frossini mentioned, the government does not impose taxes based on the value of the property. It's one number, which is 3.09% when you register the property. That's it. So if your property is 100 or 800 or 2 million, it's the same rate. The number differs with the amount of the purchase. Serhat Ulusai is asking, what is the project completion dates for the project? So every project has a completion date. With Sofia and Oikos or any other project, it depends on the project itself and how much renovation does it need. For those specific details, we recommend after the seminar to send an inquiry asking for one-on-one consultation where our consultants can directly attend to your specific questions, because we cannot give exact completion dates for all the projects. We have a lot of projects. Oikos has a lot of projects as well. And we, once we added the seminar, we will be able to send the seminar recording to you. Serhat as well asked about what is the management fee and if it is managed by the developer. So Sofia, can you please explain what are your management fees? So when you say 4% rental guarantee, is it net after management fees, or the client has to pay extra management fees on that? And if the taxes will imply after the 4%, the government taxes, of course.
Yes, during the rental guarantee, the 3 years, we don't charge property management fees ourselves, but the client still needs to pay the income tax, which is 15%, 15. So, for example, if it's a 250,000 euros investment, the rental guarantee is total 12%, which is 30,000, and the taxes they need to pay every year is 1,500. After the rental guarantee, if the client chooses our services for property management, we charge 15% of property management fees, 15. And this is an optional after the rental guarantee finish.
Brilliant. Thank you, Sofia. So we have a question. I'm currently in Athens for the next 3 days. You're in the best time for tourism, worst time to meet somebody in Athens right now because everybody is on vacation in Europe. So you're in Athens the next 3 days. I would like to visit and see the apartments on ground. Please provide a number to coordinate for the site visits. Sofia, do you have somebody for site visits?
Of course, yes, we can arrange.
Brilliant. So please, so there's no name, Galaxy A71. Send an inquiry with your details to our team, and our team will coordinate that. Send it, and if you want to put attention with some Kairos, please do so we can help you quickly. Maybe tomorrow morning we will have somebody from Oikos to show you the apartments. Next question. For citizenship after 7 years, do we need to stay in Greece? The answer is yes. In Greece, the law asks you to be a tax resident for 7 years in a row to be able to apply for citizenship. That means you need to stay a minimum of 183 days per year for 7 years consecutive to be able to apply for citizenship. Mr. Toddy, how are you? Chaichaf Toddy, I believe he's one of my clients. How do the residential units and the buildings in Athens compare to Dubai in terms of build quality, size, amenities, number of floors, etc.? So to start with number of floors, it depends on the area. Dubai has one of the tallest, if not the tallest buildings in the world. You don't see that much tall buildings in Athens, but it depends on the area. Now, comparing to the quality, it totally depends on the developer. Athens is one of the oldest cities in the world, and it has buildings that goes back to a lot of years. So they have pretty good standard of building, and the renovation of those buildings are being monitored by the government. And on top of that, as a company, we monitor that, and this is how we choose our partners in terms of development. Now, if Sofia wants to answer better or wants to give more details to Shaisha, please go ahead, Sofia, if you have any insights on that question.
I think it's totally different markets from Dubai. I mean, Dubai, because I can compare, I have been living in Beijing, for example, for many years. I have seen a lot of constructions, like infrastructure is huge there. But still, for example, if you see in Athens, a building from, for example, 1999 or 2000, it seems like a brand new apartment. The quality here is very good because we have freehold, so the apartments are here for many years. The apartments are going from generation to generation, so we always use the best materials that they can keep in time.
I believe
even okay, maybe more luxury with a lot of common areas, but okay, in Greece is a bit different. It's more residential buildings we have.
From a person that lives in Dubai and that has a property in Greece and in Dubai, the deterioration of properties in Dubai are much faster than Athens or Greece in general. It's more of a commercial aspect. It's fast moving or fast changing areas of investment and interest. In Athens or in Greece, it's more for a long-term investment. So I believe you comparing quality, we cannot compare in general because it depends on development and developer, but it's trustworthy enough. The question here is, do we need to buy in cash? Now, in cash, in terms of cash, it needs to be transferred. But I believe the question is that if you need to put the whole investment. The answer is yes. To qualify for Golden Visa, you need to have done the investment, the whole minimum investment asked by the law. So 250,000 euro should be a foreign direct investment pumped into the economy of Greece to be able to apply for a Golden Visa. So people can pay in segments, but until they reach the threshold of 250,000, they can, until then, by then only they can apply for Golden Visa.
Wissam, it's not just the 250,000 minimum, it's the price of the apartment they're purchasing. Yeah,
of course.
Sorry, I just wanted to clarify that.
Definitely. I'm very much interested in this program. Is this a residency or a citizenship program? Well, this is a residency that can lead to citizenship after 7 years of actual tax residency. But it is an EU residency program. You don't need to stay in Greece to be able to maintain your residency. The residency will come out 5 years, renewable every 5 years, as long as you're holding onto your investment. You cannot sell the investment. You can sell it anytime you want, but if you sell it, you cannot renew your residency. To maintain residency, you don't have to live in Greece or be there or visit on regular basis. You only have to maintain your investment, but to get citizenship, you need to live in Greece. So for Yusuf, sir, we are living in Afghanistan. Is it possible to invest in Greece? There are 7 of us in a family. The general answer is no, yet we need to know more about your status, the family structure, etc. So Yusuf, please, Rachel right now will put a number or an email where you can submit an inquiry. You can include all your details, and one of our consultants will be directly in contact with you to give you a consultancy and to give you a better answer. Benson Jackson, as a Nigerian, we enjoy community kind of living. Which of these projects offer this where many Africans stay? So I would leave the answer to Sofia to answer on their specific projects, and to Silvia to answer on a general overview from our point of view.
So Greece is very welcoming. It's very international, multicultural, and there's a very strong sense of community and family in Greece as a whole. So I think you'd be fairly happy in any of the projects.
Actually, for example, many foreign investors, they choose for south or center. So maybe in those 2 areas, you would find more international environment rather than, for example, west or north. For example, our Riviera suites are very nice and very in the Athenian Riviera. A lot of being there. It's I think one of the best locations. Of course, Knowledge or Easy Looks is also very good for living because it's very close to the city center where many foreigners are living. But also it's a very nice residential area.
Brilliant. Thank you, Sofia. Mr. Toddy, again, what other cities, regions other than Athens are good for capital appreciation? And villa or townhouse options, is a villa or townhouse options in Greece similar to Dubai? I'm going to answer quickly, but I'll leave the details to Sofia and the team. So there are multiple areas. In terms of 250, there's no specific area. It's the type and the nature of the building that is approved for 250. For 400, it's areas with population below 3,100 people or person. And for 800,000 euros, it's highly populated area or high density areas in population with a population of above 3,100. Now, Sofia can give us more insights about the areas or the cities. And townhouses and villas are similar to Dubai. It depends as well. I don't see much of a similarity practically, especially if you go in Greece and Athens in the outskirts. Outside Athens, if you go in Greece in the outskirts, I believe sizes would be bigger than the sizes that we see in Dubai. But Sofia can give us more insight on that.
Yes, and actually, if you want to invest in villas, we have a lot of islands, other cities that they are far from the city center. It's more like for vacation. So the villas, if you want to live in a villa, also in Athens we have some villas in the south suburbs, but they are in the high-end area of Fula, Vouliagmeni, were more expensive, like more than 800,000 for sure, if you want a big square meter villa. In the city center, we don't have villas, we have only apartments. But I don't recommend if you choose an island in terms of investment. Only specific islands are very good because, you know, during the winter, the islands, they're not so convenient for living, or they're not so crowded with space, only during the summertime. So it's also depends on what you want. You want to live in the house, you want to rent out to long-term leasing. So it depends. Of course, for us, the best investment is in Athens, in our capital. All the opportunities are in Athens. We have also all year round tourists, not like the islands that they may be closed during the winter time. So I think the best investment is in Athens, but of course depends on what you want. If you want to live in, you can choose between a lot of islands and areas in Athens.
Exactly. Usually markets, so a 12-month market is usually Athens because it's the capital. There are businesses, tourism, students, people living there on a daily basis. The islands are more of a seasonal market. Of course, rentals in seasonal markets are usually higher, but it's a seasonal market. It's not a 12-month market. So it totally depends on what you're looking for. If you want to use it yourself or rent it out, we usually advise on Athens for rent. But of course, it's the client's choice always. So we still have around 32 or more questions. We won't be able to answer all questions. I strongly advise everybody, if they did not leave their details, to leave their details on the chat or on the questions, their contact details with email, mobile number, and full name to be able to attend to your questions on a more one-to-one basis. We're going to choose a couple of other questions to attend to. Can we use white paper to enter Europe before receiving residency cards? White paper cannot be used to enter Europe in general. It can be used to enter Greece, yet it depends on where you are flying from. Some airlines do not have the knowledge, or some airlines do not have, the know-how that this is an entry document to Greece, especially because it's a paper that comes out digitally. It's not something with a physical stamp. I don't know if Silvia and Frossini would like to correct me on that, but from what I've seen with my clients, it is possible yes, you can enter Greece with it, but you need to make sure from the country that you're flying from, if the airline would let you on the airplane with that paper.
That's correct.
Yes, correct.
Brilliant. The specifics of the projects, whenever we are having a one-on-one call or Zoom meeting with you, we will go through all the projects. And if you are interested in Oikos projects, we will put you in touch, of course, to know more about the specifics of each project. Somebody asked about brokers' commissions if you sell the units in the Middle East. So this is something that you have to discuss practically. Please leave your details and mention agent in order to put you in touch with the right people from the team, with the business development team, not the direct consultancy team. All right, I'm going to go quickly to see if there's any question that we need to answer. For all other questions, we would be happy to stay and attend to all your questions. We've already exceeded our time. It was a pleasure. Hopefully the Q&A, the presentations were helpful, were insightful. Please feel free to drop us a message, an email with your details and your questions. We will attend to them on a personal basis. As I said, I hope this session was helpful, insightful for all of you, and hopefully that we will be able to help you with your future quest for a golden visa or even a citizenship or residency by investment. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Sofia. Thank you, Frossini. Thank you, Silvia. And thank you, Rachel, for coordinating this. And until the next time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone. You have a great day.